Well, I mean, that's been in here for
Huh?
one.
I just poured those. Those are good.
All right. Got it.
That's what I wipe the chairs off with, so it's clean. All right.
Where do we look? Where do we look?
All right, and welcome to the Owen Schmitt Showdown, hosted by thedeeppost.com, and we're coming to you live from the underworkings and outer workings of Schmitt Saloon. They pushed us in the back tonight. We got a band in town. They gave us second fiddle. This is where we're at. Pretty special episode tonight. Got a bunch of UHS grads here. Well, soon to be grads.
Hopefully.
Soon to be grads. Hopefully. I hope so too. I hope so too. Winningest class in UHS history. You got anything to say for yourself?
Just proud to be a part of the team.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. That's a coach's answer right there. That's a coach's answer. Left to right, we have Matt Minard, senior, UHS O&D line.
Yes, sir.
Jace Neville, senior running back.
Yes, sir.
Jeremy Eckels, senior quarterback, UHS. Quarterfinals. Tough go, man.
Yeah.
Explain a little bit. I'm gonna give a little story here after you guys kind of ramble a little bit about senior year, and we'll talk about what it meant to play football, obviously for 4 years or whatever and whatnot, and just the experience, what it means to you. Matt, let's kind of take that away with you. What does it mean? I mean, do you have plans to go on? What are you feeling right now? Football's kind of over with. What's in it for the future? Kind of give me a whole rundown.
Well, I mean, it's been a great last 4 years playing with these guys, and I have looked into maybe possibly playing football in college, but I'm still kind of leaning toward just calling it quits for now, and build a real special bond with these guys over the years, and I don't know if I could ever really have that again with anyone. So, kind of be nice to go out on this note and carry on with my life. So.
Right on. So it's been a journey. It's been fun. And getting around to my question a little bit, what I'll ramble on with a little bit. I had a chance to talk with St. Mary's Class A Division football before the season, and then talked to them about a week ago, right before their state championship run, and then they invited me to talk to them before the game and stuff. But high school football is just so overlooked. Obviously because whatever the level of talent is, but to the ball player, I mean, to me that was the most fun I've ever had playing ball.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Jace, can you talk a little bit about just senior year in general and what it means?
Senior year, it's definitely the most emotional year you can have because the boys you've been playing with since you were in third grade, you guys have all worked for that reaching point in your senior year. I mean, you're in that weight room every day in the summer. The hard work, the sprints, everything we put in comes down to our senior year, and I wouldn't want to play with anyone but these guys.
Yeah, it's special, and that's another thing about high school which makes it so much fun is it is all your boys. You know what I mean? It's all your friends that you grew up with, or at least somebody, you've terrorized a couple high school teachers around the years, It's hard to really. It's just a different bond. It's just different from here on. It's just because high school is so innocent, and it's the beginning of football. It's your first go around at it. Such a special time. I can remember so many memories myself about friends, and we'll get into those. Jeremy, iterate a little bit. What was your senior year like?
Definitely a lot better than I thought. I think the reason why we did so well is because we'd played together since freshman year, and even me and Matt played the same middle school team. He was other middle school, but we had that bond. We had the bond, and we may not have been the most athletic, the most skilled, but I think we were the best winners on the field every game, and I think that showed when the fourth quarter was over with, because we came out with almost every victory, other than a couple we let it get away. But uh, looking back, I have no complaints and wouldn't change a thing. Great senior year, and yeah, I think that's what I'll take away.
If you can, I know it's tough. Just give a rundown of what the quarterfinals was like. Just the day, how your daily routine.
Luckily, it was school day. We're not really a morning team. We've scrimmaged and played on Saturdays, and I don't think we've played too well.
Nope.
But it was regular school day. We do our regular routine. It was definitely an emotional roller coaster because we got down 17-3. I think it was at halftime, but we had been down in so many games, and we were a second half team. So coming out that second half, I think we knew that we had something going, and we got it going, and we were up there at the very end at 24-21, something like that. And when a team like South Charleston has that kind of athletes, it takes one or two big plays, and they got one or two big plays, and you it's just that emotional roller coaster. You started out and it was kind of down, but we knew we were gonna come back. Then we're like, oh man, we've got this game, and then kind of got our hearts torn out. But looking back, everything happens for a reason, and I think it made us appreciate what time we spent together that much more.
Yeah, the heartbreak of football, it's worse than getting dumped. I'll tell you that. It's worse. So you've already gone the distance. The rest of your life is going to be easy from here on out.
Yeah.
You've already went through the suck, as I call it. Embrace it while you can. I'm going to tell this story a little bit about the St. Mary's team. And I know very brief about it. Just actually partnered up with CrossFit Morgantown, which is a gym in Morgantown that I partnered up with Ashley Anderson, Jeff Giosi. And we took a drive down to St. Mary's, which is their alma mater high school. Went down there, spoke with the kids, expressed to the seniors how important senior year is. For the majority of us that played, high school football, that was the last game they ever played. And I tried to really engrave that inside of their minds. Fortunate for me, I got to come talk to them. They were 13-0. Suffered massive kind of just hysteria a little bit through the season. Their head coach had a stroke. And 2 weeks, I believe a week or 2 weeks before the state championship game, one of their players had taken his own life. So, talk about a team in serious dismay, dismantle, distress. I went and spoke with them a couple of days before the state championship game. I believe it was a Wednesday or Thursday. And then, they asked me to come talk to them before the game. And heck of a pregame speech. I went in there. We were pushing each other, getting hyped up. I mean, I don't even know what I said. My voice is still blown out from the game. I was screaming so hard. But, and they went out there and played. Honestly, it was probably the best high school football game I've ever seen in my life. I mean, triple overtime. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. There was no other place I'd rather be. But it just, you can't get the motion out of football like high school football.
No.
I mean, as soon as the game clock struck zero and they, you know who the winner and the loser were, you could just see how much it really meant. And that's something that you kind of lose a little bit today in, collegiate and professional sports. So, yeah, it's just one of them stories I had to tell. It really moved me. Actually, might have moved me so much that I want to get into some coaching a little bit. So who knows there? But we'll see. We'll see. What do you guys think of, growing up in Morgantown? What's it been like? It's had to been, a whirlwind just because of the university being here. Both high school teams, serious rivalry, a lot of tradition. What has it been like growing up, in Morgantown with the university as far as playing ball? I mean, how much has that impacted your guys' career as far as maybe a style of play that you've seen a player play, or just overall just how the teams are. I mean, Matt, we'll start with you.
Well, I mean, growing up in Morgantown, I think it's the best city in West Virginia with the university here, just being in that college atmosphere. And I've been going to Mountaineer games since I was in probably second or third grade, and it's just great to, Saturdays during the season go and see guys like that play, and it really kind of makes you want to step your game up, especially when you're younger and, you're really aspiring to, do big things. And, the rivalry also makes it a lot better, I think. It's one of the best rivalries in the state. Especially we used to be, like a mile or two from each other, and I mean, it's just been, they used to dominate the series, and,
It's taking a turn.
yeah.
It's taking a
Yes,
big
sir.
turn.
For the right side.
Yes, sir.
Good
Yeah.
side.
Yes, sir.
You guys got a new school. Got a new school, new field, and now you guys are kicking butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you grow up in Morgantown, and you're just constantly told, you kind of have it put it in your head, MHS is better than UHS, MHS is better than UHS. You hear it your whole life, and I mean, to kind of put that to rest a little bit, get 3 Mohawk Bowls in a row, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
I bet it's kind of bragging rights.
Yeah,
right?
bragging rights is
Exactly.
exactly what we say. We'd
Best
rather
part.
beat them, go 1-10, beat them instead of going 10-0.
Go
You know,
That's serious.
Yeah,
Go
it-
1-10,
it-
just beat Morgantown.
Yeah.
That's serious.
that's the way we look at it.
That's Jace, I mean, comment a little bit. What, being in a town where Morgantown's had some very special running backs
Sir.
come out of it. Max Anderson obviously played for MHS, but was a ball player, and there's been countless others. And just with the university in general, is there influences that you've taken away from?
Growing up in Morgantown is the best thing that's happened to me, from coming to the Mountaineer games, from watching your class, watching Steve Slayton, Noah Devine, Tavon Austin. Being in that Saturday atmosphere, it drove me to just be better on Friday nights. Every day in practice, just wanted to be like Steve Slayton, Noah Devine. I wore their jerseys to practice, put it over, just thought I was like them. There's nothing really like going to a Mountaineer game, and just getting the positive impact from those players, and then carrying it on to the next week to your guys' game.
That's awesome. That's a great story too. I always wondered, and I'm glad you answered it. I can only imagine having that type of, almost like a push for you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You get to, they're right in your backyard, and you get to see and play up to them. I can only imagine what kind of advantage that would give a kid who's got a high motor and a big heart. Jeremy, you've had to see. I mean, Morgantown's, they've had some QBs roll through here. Especially with the university. So many different styles. What kind of influences have you taken away from?
I mean, I've tried to be the running quarterback like some of the WVU quarterbacks, but not even close as fast as them. But I think it goes back to the whole winning ways. WVU's always been a really good team growing up, and the quarterbacks may not have been the best, but they always found a way to win. And I think that's what I've taken away from WVU is they've always grinded out wins. They've never really been athletic-wise, recruiting classes, we're never the best. But they always have that drive to win. And I feel that's what we had. And growing up in Morgantown, football's a big part of it. Growing up, going to the Mohawk Bowl games, going up to the WVU games, it just, you almost have to play football. It's just kind of bred in you, and yeah, I love it. I love playing football, and it's couldn't ask for anything more.
It is a football town.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Hands
think
down.
some people try to, this is a pretty special place. You know what I mean? And it's captured my heart. From when I came here, and that's obviously.